Welcome to your favorite podcast, the Ed Tech Insights. This is your host, Onele Kalolo, and you know that I'm not alone, I'm with the favorite co-host,
Miss ML Gaga.
Yes. We are so pleased to have you with us today. As you know that we are currently on the most insightful week, which is the Mobile Learning Week 2025, a global UNESCO initiative that celebrates innovation in education. That is so beautiful. So today in this podcast, we decided to give you insights, give you conversations, useful conversations about the mobile learning. We have two beautiful guests that are here with us.
We have Miss Gaga and Miss Roxanne Husband. They're not just any guests, but they are the pedagogical practitioners ready to thrive in and build our learners. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we're so pleased to have you and to finally see you sitting here with us. We've seen you in big stages whereby you're discussing innovation in education. All right, if you have someone who is behind the screens who's asking, Ms. Hussein, what is a mobile learning? What can you say to those people?
I would actually just hold on. In a nutshell, it's manipulating technology. But how do we manipulate this technology? So it is the use or having access to devices, technological devices such as smartphones, laptops, as well as tablets, where you can access your educational content anywhere or in the world, anytime. It could be you're busy, you have a busy and a tight schedule, but you have immediate access to your phone to catch up on educational purposes or content that are due, or you just want to have some insights on. Yeah, and I think the importance of having that is that you can access your information anywhere, anytime, so it is available, like the immediacy of it is very accessible. It also enables mobility, because you can do it while walking, you can do it in bed. Yes, it's a very flexible content and context as well. So it's just the physical breakdown of having to do something in person on a traditional level versus on how to do it immediately, and then you do not actually have to access that infrastructure to get that specific information. So the importance of it and advantages is having it anytime.
Okay. Yes. Wow, that is so beautiful. And you know, today we see people in flights opening their laptops doing the work. Okay. Ms. Gaga, I would like to give you this question. As the educator in South Africa, how does UNESCO's global work influence education in South Africa?
I think that UNESCO has greatly influenced education in South Africa because, first of all, it has promoted inclusivity and learner-centered education. It has promoted teachers' development in curriculum development, and also it focuses on respect, dignity, and cultural identity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. But I do think there are challenges with this. I do think there are challenges, especially here in South Africa, and you know how children are with cell phones. So from you, Ms. Megan, I would like to hear the challenges that you face with this.
Okay, so is this from the perspective of the teacher, learner, or just both included?
Yeah, in the perspective of a classroom, as the teacher that you are using the mobile learning, what challenges do we have in the classroom specifically?
Okay, so first of all, the challenges that we endure is the fact that, as we know, there are many issues that we face in South Africa, namely load shedding. So that is the first thing. You can be teaching on the board while opening the projector and maybe watching a video from YouTube or TikTok, trying to integrate that to a specific lesson, and then the electricity just shuts down. But outside of that, we have more challenges, like it's kind of time consuming to adapt to how to use this technology, especially with the laptops. Yes, there's like very limited training as well as workshops for teachers to actually navigate and get an insight on how to use these effectively without actually going overboard with people's or learners' privacy, etc. Another challenge is that during a classroom lesson, you can be teaching and telling your learners to take out their smartphones or tablets or whatever. We're going to focus on a specific lesson of the day. And they actually go through, and as the lesson progresses, you see that that child is physically there, but mentally they're outside of the classroom, meaning they're doing their own things like social media. So there are distractions that do come with mobile learning, and that we cannot directly pinpoint at that specific moment. But we see it in the long run when a learner is being assessed, whether it is orally or continuational assessment form, as in tests, as well as exams, etc.
Okay.
So those are the challenges. That
Yeah,
we
so the
face.
main thing is the distraction and the educators, the digital literacy.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just touch on how can social media enhance learning and its risk. As we know that social media can be a very powerful tool for education. There are those channels on YouTube, TikTok, and WhatsApp that provide information for learners, that provide special tutoring for learners. But at the same time, learners can get distracted. You will find out that learners are scrolling for hours, but they have shifted from learning but into just entertainment on those videos.
Especially TikTok is taking over.
Yeah, it has
Dance
positive
challenges,
impact and disadvantages, you know.
and everything. And also this concept that is South Africa fully ready
Yes, that's my question. That's my
digital learning. I feel like South Africa is not fully
I agree
ready.
with that.
We did see in 2020 during COVID that some schools, the schools in urban areas, can access digital learning, mobile learning. But the places such as in the villages, township, the most disadvantaged areas cannot access those resources. For instance, in the villages, no electricity. What does that mean?
Yeah,
That
so
means
that makes
having
sense.
access to cell phone. That's another storm. Having access to network to use this smartphone that you have is also a struggle, of which I feel like South Africa is just not ready.
On that, I also think it has some kind of disadvantage to it as much as it's positive, but I think it's also a way that knowing that we have AI these days, so learners actually manipulate that advantage and they do everything through AI, and that actually limits their mindset and their thinking capacity. You find out that the learner is no longer thinking critically or creatively because they are relying, they're dependent on this. So South Africa is not fully ready for it until they realize that actually, even though we have these resources, it is vital that you actually integrate it with your creative logic, you know.
Yes, thank you.
I see that we have a very long way to run in South Africa. Okay, so I will give this beautiful moment to my beautiful teachers. I want you to dream. What is the ideal mobile learning classroom? If you were to be given everything, I want you to dream. What would an ideal mobile learning classroom look like in your teaching career?
Well, I think that an ideal mobile learning classroom will be, first of all, having projector in the classroom.
Okay.
As a teacher, like having PowerPoint for my learners. I think my learners having tablets so that they can download so that they can download their work, so that they can also have educational apps for studying. Another thing I think is
having the tablet.
This ideal mobile learning within the classroom is, I think, I also refer it to an instance whereby, yes, we have tablets, we have laptops, we have the projector, but we actually should have I quite forgot the specific term, but it's a term that I've learned at university, a few years ago in the computer literacy, whereby when you're doing this module, there's a specific code that you're logging with.
Okay.
And you cannot log out of that. Okay. So immediately when you log out, the lecturer actually sees that you're not doing that kind of work. It's the same as someone who's absent, I'm not attending, and then, for instance, Avumile is absent and then I'm here, then I share the code with her. So having a code will actually protect everyone, everyone's human right. It will also ensure that learners do not become distracted by going through entertainment apps like Facebook, YouTube, all those distraction apps. So that is my personal ideal classroom.
Yeah, I think that's very beautiful. Okay, in conclusion, I would like to hear from you teachers that how you teachers ensure that mobile learning remains inclusive, accessible, and meaningful.
I think as a teacher, you can design lessons that cater for different learning styles. Also, you can create WhatsApp group for your learners so that you can communicate with them after school, and then I think
They like that a lot.
Yeah, they like that a lot.
And also, just to add, before I'm talking, but having to mostly integrate the projector. Because remember, learners come from different backgrounds. Some have parents that are economically marginalized, so they solely depend on the school's resources for mobile learning. So integrating PowerPoints every day into everyday's lesson will actually be more accessible to everyone
And inclusive yes. That was very beautiful. It's so and fruitful as well. It's so unfortunate that we are coming to an end. And yes. Thank you so much, everyone, beautiful followers of this beautiful podcast, for watching us. Please catch us again into your favorite podcast, The Ad Insights.